Welcome to the Phenomenal Woman interview series, a series powered by Florian London to celebrate, highlight and put the spotlight on women doing phenomenal things in their chosen field. Today, I've got the brilliant Patricia with us. Patricia, do you want to tell us about yourself and what you do?
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm the founder and CEO of Le Petit Planet. But before that, I had over 20 years of experience in the fashion industry here in the UK. So do you want me to tell you a little bit of my career
Yeah, of
and
course.
how I got where I am?
You can tell us about your journey.
So I think it's really important to understand where do you come from. So I studied in Spain. I did a business degree, but my focus was on marketing. But after 1 year working in Madrid, I decided I wanted to work in fashion, and there was nothing really in Madrid for me. Mm-hmm. So I moved to London.
Oh, wow.
I left everything behind, and I decided to start from zero. And my first position was in Burberry.
Oh.
But I started from the shop floor. So I took that commitment of really learning from the beginning. Mm-hmm. And it was an amazing experience, and I worked for incredible companies. So from Burberry, I went to Armani, where I really developed my skill sets with the commercial angle. Mm-hmm. And from that, I launched Juicy Couture in Europe and Middle East.
Oh, wow.
We opened the headquarters in London, and it was such a fun moment, you know, how to actually grow a business that has a huge desire, and it comes with a very strong backing from the US. Mm-hmm. It was the time when everybody was wearing in LA. So I had so much fun during those 5 years. And then I moved to Temperley, London, when I became I went there to run all the commercial, and I worked very closely with Alice Temperley. She is an incredible woman. She is. Her creativity is beyond, and I love working with her. We work on a whole repositioning. How do we take this brand forward? How do we continue evolving the DNA of the brand?
Yeah, the brand.
And I was there for 5 years, but after a year in the business, the former CEO left, and they made me CEO, and they made me CEO when I was 8 months pregnant. Oh, wow. And you know, today we're talking about celebrating women, and the shareholders were all men, and they offered me the position, and I was really, it was my first CEO role.
But I was 8 months pregnant.
8 months pregnant.
I was made redundant instead when I was pregnant.
So it's important to share both stories, no?
Because it's important.
I was flattered, but at the same time I was like, oh my God, but I'm ready to go and rest. And I was so passionate about what we were building, and with Alice, I took the commitment to, okay, I'll take it. Let's see how we manage. And it was fantastic. It was an incredible experience. And after a while, I moved to Spain.
Oh, you moved
back to Spain? I went back
to
Spain for 2 years, where I worked for Inditex, co-running the accessories division. But it was then when this idea started brewing in my mind. Okay. Le Petit Planet was
my next question.
Forming. And at the beginning, you kind of put this to the side because you are so busy with work, with 2 kids that are still little, and I was like, how can I stop everything and then suddenly start something from scratch? But this idea keeps, the voice becomes louder and louder in your mind. And at one point, I said to my husband, I can't get it out of my head. Yes. I really think I need to do this, otherwise I might regret it. And that's how it happened. My husband was super supportive, and he said, if this is what you want to do it, you will be great at it. And I decided to launch Le Petit Planet.
Oh, wow.
Which is my third baby.
Just your third baby. Okay, you've got 2 kids, and then that makes that the third moment. I think you answered my next question, which was what inspired you to create Le Petit Planet?
Well, the inspiration really was about seeing a real problem in the market. Like, we are mothers, so we understand how we are so busy. We are trying to juggle so many things, and kids grow so fast. So we are constantly buying the next thing for them. If it's not the bicycle, is a pair of trousers, a jacket, a coat. But really, I saw an opportunity where there is a one-stop shop where you can buy everything that you need for your children with very strong sustainability credentials.
Of course.
But then the second layer was around kids outgrow purchases so fast. What do we do with them? We just keep, storing them under the bed and keeping things that we don't know how to monetize from these outgrown items in an easy way.
In an easy way.
So then I thought, actually, if I launch Le Petit Planet, I can solve two real problems in one. And this is why we are the only marketplace where you can buy new and resell under the same ecosystem. So we are a true circular business.
So people can buy new, they can buy...
You can buy new, you can buy secondhand, you can
also
resell.
Sell? Okay. Wow.
Because I truly believe that our children's closet should be circular. Sometimes you want to buy an incredible coat. Sometimes you just want to buy something that is secondhand because they're going to wear it for the summer.
They're going to wear it for 6 months and it's over. What do you think sets Le Petit apart from any other brand in the market right now?
I would say we are unique in the market. We are the only circular marketplace at a global scale doing what we're doing dedicated to children's. And I'm really proud to be the first one. And we are also a B Corp certified company.
Oh, wow.
And that really means a lot to us. We're still a very young company. We have just started the journey. But being certified is important for us.
Of course.
It sets the grounds of how do we want to run the business, how do we want to treat employees, how do we want to work with our brand partners. And also we got the butterfly mark from Positive Luxury, which is fantastic.
That's really, really good.
We're really proud of that.
Yeah, well done. I mean, you've been in the fashion industry for over 20 years. What is the most rewarding part of your job? What a long journey, just to point that out. But what is the most rewarding part of what you do?
I love seeing brands grow. And the brands can only grow if you have an amazing team behind them.
Of course, yeah.
So really building teams where they feel empowered, where they feel they can actually contribute, is very rewarding.
Very rewarding indeed, yeah, of course. What would you say is the most challenging part of what you do?
I could name so many, but let's just I think as a startup, the most challenging one is a very lonely position. You are the founder, you are the CEO, you are your own assistant, you are everything.
Yeah.
But it's a very lonely position, and you have to make so many decisions in such a short period of time.
Of course.
That sometimes can be daunting.
Yeah, I know. I know what it's like to feel like you're wearing so many different hats. But how do you think entrepreneurs or founders can overcome that? Because it's very lonely. And even joining up with other entrepreneurs, sometimes you wonder if people are really honestly speaking about their struggles or honestly just seeking help.
Yeah. I think you need to surround yourself with people that you trust, that they want the best for you.
Of course.
And they want to elevate you. I, from a very early stage, I decided to have a board of advisors that
really?
they believed in the idea, they believed in me, and I can be very open and honest, and I can, ask for help and guidance, because if you have a diverse group of people, you can reach out to each of them for different things. One might be for tech advice, the other one it could be for expanding internationally, or the other one is because he or she has done a startup, so they understand the pain, so that they can just be on the other side to say, you're going to be fine. Like, how can I be fine?
Sometimes that's what you need. You need someone to just say, you're going to be fine, go for it.
Yeah. And sorry, just to say, my husband is my biggest supporter, because I feel
that is
safe
so
with
beautiful.
him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Why do you think that is so important, to have your partner support you and believe in you totally?
But I think because when I made the decision, I had this incredible career with this fantastic salary, and you build your life around it.
Of course.
And when I suddenly decided to get off the corporate ladder and start from scratch, you really need that support.
You need the support,
because you do need to change your day-to-day life. You've made a big commitment, and there is all risk around it.
Yeah, of course.
And having him saying, "I believe in you, follow your dream," it makes you feel so good. It's like I've got an incredible backing, and when you are having a really tough day, he elevates me.
Yeah, you need someone to just tell you you're going to be just fine.
Exactly.
So you touched on it before, working in the fashion industry for over 20 years and then going out on your own to start your own business. What advice would you give someone listening right now that they have the same calling or they have the same passion, but they're very scared to just go at it alone?
So I would say being an entrepreneur doesn't really work for everyone. But once you decide that you want to do it, you need to be prepared. And I was not prepared, but I'm learning as we go along. That it's a long journey, that it requires you to really believe in yourself, follow your gut instinct.
Really, really believe in yourself.
But really believe in
of course.
yourself. We all have days. I have days when I'm like, yeah, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna achieve this, and then I've got other days that I'm like, why am I doing this? But that's what is important, to have that support group that is there for you, and you also understand it. It's okay. Today things didn't go that way, but tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow is gonna be another day, and you really need to believe in yourself, believe in the project, and also understand that you might have to pivot the business a couple of times, that your idea might end up being something else in a couple of years. But,
of course.
And that's okay. So being also flexible around where the journey takes you.
That is so, so, so important. I like what you said, that no 2 days is the same being an entrepreneur. Can you tell us about challenging days and how you overcome challenge as an entrepreneur?
I guess it's about really understanding what's your end goal. And say, for example, with fundraising, we might get no's, or the same when you are talking about collaborations. Like, you're never gonna have every day a yes. So when you get a no, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. There is enough opportunities and options out there, but really the important thing is to stay true to yourself, straight to as to why did you launch this. Don't compromise, and also follow your instinct. I decided that I want to work with great people, that they can, we can do fantastic things, but also to have fun. The idea of building these companies about really doing what I think Le Petit Planet can achieve, and how much we can help families to really move into a more circular economy. But I want to have fun doing it. So I want to really build relationships with people that I like.
Yes, that is so important. And I say it as well, that rejection is redirection. So a no is not a never. It's just a no for now, and then you just recoup yourself and redirect yourself to another angle. I think the next question I have for you is, what is the most important business lesson you've learned so far? I mean, you've got years of experience. So what is the most important business lesson you've learned so far?
I always go back to, I've made some mistakes, and I always reflect, why did that happen? And the outcome is because you didn't listen to your gut instinct. So I'm really now reprogramming myself and saying, follow it.
Yeah.
Just follow it. I know it might not sound like the straight answer, but if that's the way you want to go, just do it. And most of the times, I think we're right.
You're right, of course. Yeah. Of course. What's the best advice you've ever received?
Be yourself.
Be yourself. Oh my goodness, that is so true.
And sometimes, you try to fit in a box. If it's very corporate, you try to be very corporate. But I am who I am, and I'm warm, and I like people feeling comfortable around me. and you try to really fit within that box, and then suddenly you realize you are unhappy, you are not enjoying it, and you are not giving your best. So by you
be authentic,
by you being yourself, being honest, and actually enjoying the way you are with the good and the bad things, and I think you connect with people a lot more.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's so important, especially with social media now. It's so important to be yourself, be authentic to yourself, because everybody else is taken, quite literally. How do you achieve a work and life balance? Because you mentioned that you've got 2 children. How do you get that balance with work and life?
There is no balance. There's no balance. There is no balance. I was asked that question the other day in the panel, and really there is no balance.
There's no balance.
And we
100%.
put so much pressure on ourselves. We need to be the perfect wife, the perfect entrepreneur, the perfect mother, the perfect friend. We need to be on top form in social media. This is not going to happen.
No.
It's not going to happen. And I think in the moment that we realize it doesn't exist and we are never going to achieve that, then we start owning our power. And then we decide,
100%.
actually, this is who I am, and I'm trying my best, and I'm, this week I was fantastic at home, but I was not great at work, and it's okay. And sometimes it happens the other way around. Balance does not exist. I think what we can do is start making more meaningful choices.
Yeah, I like that. Meaningful choices. I say that. It's all about quality time. It's all about doing the best of what you can and then just leaving the rest. Why do you think it's important for women to support each other? Because you mentioned throughout your career you worked with so many different women. You mentioned Alice, for example. Why do you think it's important for us as women to support one another?
It's vital. And I'm so glad to see that there is this community of women that are now supporting each other, because I don't think this existed like 20 years ago. No. I think now we've realized that together we are stronger.
Exactly.
That we can really support each other along the journey, and I can help you maybe in some cases, but I will be needing your help in a few months' time when you've experienced something that I'm going through. So supporting each other also elevates each other.
Yes, certainly. So it's all about coming together and supporting one another, because I say it all the time, it's certainly collaboration over competition, and as women together we make a difference. Finally, what do you think it takes to be, what does it take to be a female entrepreneur?
A little bit of madness. Commitment, and really